Hello, everyone. Welcome to our next installment of Speaking with the Village. It's me, Josh, back with you. Just tuning in here to bring you ways that we can support our teens as they enter foster care, enter our houses, and enter our village of support. I'm joined with our amazing Erin Lai. She
Hi.
is our case manager here at the Child Placement Agency. And she's just going to talk to us about what she does and how we can support our teens in our care. So, Erin, I'm lucky enough to know you and know a little bit of background, but give the village some background on Erin. Maybe, just background within yourself, JMC, and what you're doing now.
Yeah, sure. So I've been working with JMC for, I want to say over 2 years now. I started as visitation and just slowly worked my way through the houses. I first worked at the girls' house, and then Trelane told me that they were opening a boys' house, and I was really interested in working at the boys' house. And so I got all trained up and started working at the boys' house. And then when we opened our child placement agency, I moved over there as well. And right now I'm currently doing a little bit of everything still. I am the case manager, but I still work at both the boys and the girls' houses. Not so much visitation anymore, but once in a blue moon, I will do that as well. So just, all over the place, but it's
Erin's
good.
our
I like being
workhorse.
busy.
Yeah, she definitely stays busy and is always willing to be a team player, which is why we love her here at JMC. She's always willing to step in and say, "Hey, I got it." So that's why I could see why Trelane wanted her is that, oh, hey, you got some issue that's going on at your house. Okay, just let's go address it right now. That's
Mhm.
something that is important in case management, just to get the ball rolling. When we get these kids into our care, just to make sure that things don't lag behind, between school placements and changes in, environment. They just need to make sure they get their supports, right as they come in. So one thing I was going to ask, so when I know you help kind of support the houses with our
Mhm.
teens, do case management there. When you're talking with either the social worker or the house manager, what's something that you kind of suggest we do to kind of put some supports and make sure the team feels supported when they enter the home? Maybe what, like, one example, like a professional support, and then maybe just like a casual or personal support for them.
Yeah, so for these kids, like whenever I go to the house and I basically case manage them, I kind of like to get a feel because we do read their files, and their files usually come with a lot of information. Most of the times it's not the best information about them, and sometimes, it says they have all these behaviors, but I try to get to know the kid first off as well, just to kind of see where they are because sometimes the chippers don't get updated as often as we like them to be updated, and the behaviors that they are talking about the kids used to have, but are dealing with it now and are going through the phases for like therapy or medication to help with these behaviors. So I try to get to know the kids first before, well, I guess judging them. I tried to get to know them, know like their likes and dislikes, and I kind of get to get a feel for who they are as a person. Like I'll just straight up ask them like, "What do you hope to accomplish here?" Or like, what's something that you feel like you need to be working on, or like that's something that you're struggling with that I can help support you. And I kind of get to know these kids on a personal level, and like whatever they're willing to share with me, I'm willing to accept. But I'm never gonna push them to tell me their past or their history. We all have secrets that we all don't feel comfortable telling, especially a stranger. Like we just met. It's going to take them some time to trust me and to open up. And I understand that. But whatever they are willing to tell me, I accept it. And then when I do talk to like the house managers or I've been lucky enough to talk to some of their therapists and stuff, I always ask them like how we can help support them on their treatment plan that they're working on with the kid, because it's really important that if the child is like going to therapy or seeking mental health help, and that they're coming back to the houses and we're continuing that treatment plan with them. Basically, there's no point in them going for like an hour every 2 weeks and then coming home, and then we're not doing any of the things that we should be doing with them.
Yeah, that's so important that, we take into account that, we like to say, at JMC that we're really a village for children in need, but it's not just the mentality of the amount of people, it's the way we work together to provide these supports. It's not like we can expect everyone to do this one, mode of support and then not be carried through with the rest of their care. So we really just need to make sure, we're asking, hey, what are their goals? So that we kind of get an outside perspective from someone who's known their past too. And, the nice thing is when we get our kiddos put into homes with more stability, we can make sure that stability carries through. What's like one way that, you see either like the houses or you suggest is a way that we can just kind of provide some stability, because especially teens in the foster care system have been unstable in a lot of different situations, or this is like a brand new, they've only known one mode of operation their whole past. So what's one way we can kind of provide some stability in this new and unknown setting?
Well, I feel like JMC as a company, we pride ourselves, especially in the houses, for having structure. They have structure and they have routine. And like I said, I bounce from boys' house to girls' house, but either house I go to, we have a schedule that we follow, and the kids can try and be like, oh, we get to watch TV right when we wake up. And I know for sure we do not get to watch TV right when we wake up, because we have a schedule that we follow. And some of these kids, they actually really thrive on a routine and on a schedule, and it helps them stay on track. And I feel like the fact that they have that structure, and teenagers especially, they need that routine. If you just let them do whatever they want, they're gonna run you. Like, that's how it is. They try to run the houses, but the fact that we do have a routine and all the staff is aware of this routine, like we have it, it's like huge on the wall. Like, there's no way you can miss it. But the fact that we have this routine, I really feel like for these kids, it's more to benefit them, like they'll try to be like, oh, let's go to Walmart today, or can we go to the park today? Like, no, it's a school day, you have to do school. When you come home from school, it's time to do your homework. And then when you're done with homework, you get like your hour or 2 hours before it's dinner time and chores for free time. And that time is like when you get to like watch TV or play like on the Wii or whatever like that. But the fact that we have this routine, I feel like also helps them in their lives, because as an adult, we all have our routines. We all have schedules that we're going to have to follow. We're all going to have to do things we don't like. And that's what we try to teach them. Not only that they have their routine, but we have expectations of them living in our houses. Like, we are not, I always tell them, we're not your maids, we're not your house cleaners. You guys live here. You guys have to learn how to take care of yourselves. That means cleaning up your own space, making sure your bed's made, washing your own clothes, washing your own dishes, just being held accountable for yourself. And I know a lot of them hate it. They all hate cleaning. Everybody hates cleaning, but I feel like this is a life skill that they are really going to need later on in life. Because I always tell them, like, you guys, when you turn 18, you want to live on your own, right? Who's going to clean your house then? Who's going to wash your dishes then? Who's going to do your laundry then? Because you're going to be on your own. So I feel like the fact that we have these routine and expectations and we hold them accountable is really going to help them in the future. They might not like us for it now, and they complain a lot, but when they do leave, we do get those girls and boys who call back and they're like, oh my God, this next place I'm at, it's so dirty. Nobody cleans up after themselves. Or like, I'm so glad you guys taught me how to wash my clothes and wash my sheets. Just, it's great when they do that.
Right. I mean, I've been with, I remember when I was in college, there's people who've been in, 2-parent households their whole life and never knew how to do laundry. It's like, that's kind of embarrassing. But, these kiddos don't have to, ever feel like they're at a deficit, I think, when we kind of insert some of that structure and some of those like learning opportunities. It definitely, like you said, provides them with those, those living skills. just kind of inserted a lot of, any teen tends to want to run the house when they get to a certain age, despite if they're a foster parent, foster kiddo, or they're just a kiddo. Teens are teens, and it's not going to change. But we just, I think with foster kiddos, we just have to be real purposeful about making sure that we stay consistent, because so much of their lives have been inconsistent. Exactly. So that, I love that point. And, JMC does a great job of kind of inserting these little learning opportunities, but also memories that kiddos can have. And I think, JMC would, if you got a kiddo that's coming into your care and you're struggling to, look for both learning opportunities and, memories, we got plenty of ideas. Oh, yeah. And you want to share a few of the fun things that, that we've kind of helped create the memories with the kiddos that we've done, like activities or just fun outings?
Oh yeah, we've done a lot of outings. We've gotten in trouble for doing a little bit too many outings once in a while. But so like during the summertime, like we have like when we planned a whole beach trip we did it for the boys' house and the girls' house, and then we all met up at the beach. And our staff, we brought stuff for barbecuing, and then like water games, and it was just a whole thing. And we went all the way out to Seattle. We went to Alki Beach. So that was super fun. We love the holidays at JMC. We go all out for the holidays, and like not even just decorating the houses, but like for these kids, what was it? I love spending Thanksgiving at JMC because we cook a whole feast for these kids, and we make, all the coworkers, they all collaborate. Like, we had turkey, we had ham, we had all the sides, we had the mac and cheese, the green bean casserole.
So I'm bringing this year.
Yams. Yeah, it was great. We did it I worked at the girls' house and the boys' house, so I went from one meal to the next meal, and it was just wonderful. Like we decorate the house. For Christmas, we had like 2 or 3 trees at the boys' house. We went a little crazy at the boys' house last year.
We had we have kind of decoration competition between the houses, didn't we? Yeah.
Yes, we did. We all went crazy at the houses, decorated out the houses. Got in a little trouble for over decorating at the houses. And then like we made cookies with the kids, and then they made stockings, I believe. And then during Christmas time, like not only did like all the staff make the children like little whatever kids we had at the boys and girls house, they made them like little Christmas presents. Trelane and her husband like showed up and dropped off a whole bunch of presents for the kids too, so they were super spoiled last Christmas. And it's a fun time. Like we know for a lot of the kids, like the holidays aren't the best, so we try to make it as fun and as, I guess, homey feeling as it can be, because I love spending holidays working. Like that's every time they're like, all right, who wants to work the holidays? I'm like, me, because it's really, really fun. Like we do fun things together. Like during Halloween, we went like haunted houses, we did corn mazes. 4th of July, the boys' house would go out to the ranch at the girls' house, and they would just set off a whole bunch of fireworks. And it's just a really fun time. We do a lot of outings, but at the same time, we make sure, the kids understand that this is a privilege and it's not something you can take for granted. And if you guys are going to misbehave in any way or put anybody in danger, we can't be doing these outings anymore, because safety is still our number one priority, especially like 4th of July with all the fireworks. It was explained thoroughly that, we're not setting fireworks off at each other, and we're doing it from a safe distance. But we want these kids to have fun, but we also want them to be safe.
Yeah, the structure and support really, lends itself to that. Just establishing that and being consistent, I think, is the most important thing for our kiddos that have maybe had some inconsistent lives, crazy things going on. So just consistency is key, and making sure that it's still fun and feeling like home. I do, that is one thing that I love about JMC. is that everyone truly feels, hey, we're open about how we feel, and we're, just like family is, and we're going to be as straightforward with you as we can, but also to look to be as supportive as we can too. Awesome. So, I mean, this was great. I am so looking forward to the more fun that we'll have during the holidays. There should, we already know we've been planning the Thanksgiving's already started. So I'll be making.
I know, I'm trying to figure out Thanksgiving menu right now for the boys' house. So we're all excited. Everyone has ideas of what they want to make. And I'm like, oof, I really hope I work that day.
Well, regardless, it's going to feel like family. That's what I love too, is that people just show up, like, even if they're not working, as family, and just like to bring the kids stuff, and to truly make them feel loved, and like home, even if they can't be home or with their own family. So, Aaron, is there any words of wisdom or words of support, or just final words you'd like to leave our village with, as a case manager?
Honestly, I would say, like, these, for like words of wisdom or whatever. Honestly, I feel like this job has taught me a lot about being patient, and that's what you're really gonna need with these kids. And like, I started doing this when I was 22, 23 years old. And nobody's patient at that age, and it's a lot, especially dealing with a teenager. But I feel like I've really grown, and you just got to give these kids a chance. Like, that's all they're looking for, is a chance. And yeah, they're gonna screw up, but like, what teenager doesn't screw up, like, even ones who come from one parent households who've never been in the foster families, they all make mistakes. Like, that's what teenagers do. But they learn and they grow. And as long as they're growing, they're making progress. And I feel like sometimes, like, there is that negative stigma about foster kids, being bad and having all these behavior issues. But honestly, what teenager doesn't have behavior issues? Like, I feel like they are kind of like, they have like a higher standard set to them, and I don't think that that's always fair for them, because we do expect them to be, oh, you're supposed to be more grown up because you're in the foster care system, but like, that's not fair. These kids deserve a chance to be kids too. And for the people who are doing it, I feel like you just be patient with them and don't give up on them, because they don't deserve to be given up on.
Yeah, no one does. And there's been opportunity, times in the past that they have. You don't want to keep giving them those reasons to feel down on themselves. You always want to make them feel loved. So I love that. That's great. Thank you so much, Aaron, for joining us today, giving us some insight into how these teens are in the foster care system, and just the little things we do at JMC to support them. If you get in contact here with JMC, and you want to start the licensing process, be a foster parent, Aaron will be on the other end of that process, helping you get your house ready for a kiddo, support your kiddo while you're in the house. It's something at JMC we say is we're never gonna just leave you. We're always here, and we're always continuously trying to engage with our caregivers to make sure that support is carried through. It's not just a one-time deal. It's not just something that's given once. It's something that a lot of people are going to come together to bring, and it's going to be continuous and ever changing, because these needs and the successes change every day for these kiddos. So thank you, Aaron. Thanks everyone for joining in. If you have any questions, concerns, things you want to, successes you want to share about fostering, please leave them in the comments below. We'll get back to you. And thanks everyone for joining us.
Thank you.